So I'm calling this video looking forward because I know we've got a big game on Monday, a really big clash, but I'm seeing a lot of negativity and a lot of depression around our injuries and the list and the red in the list. So I want to just talk about it, go through it, and we'll see how it goes. Let's jump into it. So yeah, like I said in the intro, I wanted to talk about our injuries. I know I made a video a couple of weeks ago about injury carnage and what's going on, but I just wanted to sort of come on and talk about like what we can expect going forward. I don't want to talk. I don't want to dwell on this guy's injured, this guy's injured, this guy's injured. Oh, Elliott's out for 6 to 8 weeks. We're not gonna dwell on that, right? We're going to make a positive video looking ahead at what we can expect after the bye. So we know that for now we've got to get through Melbourne. We have to get through North Melbourne. Then we have to get through the bye. So win loss would be amazing. If we can get 2 wins, that'd be great. If we get 1 win, it is what it is. If we get no wins, fuck, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Right? That's not going to happen. We're going to get at least 1 win, and I reckon we're going to get 2 wins. But we get to the bye. Touch wood. I've got wood in front of me. Touch wood. If we get to the bye with no injuries, we're actually looking pretty good for the rest of the season. Now, before the Bulldogs game, we won 8, or we went undefeated in 8 or 9 games or something like that. I always forget the number. But in those games we had, oh sorry, it was 8 games, because in those games we had 6 wins, 2 draws. Now, from that Carlton game, that's when our trouble started happening. So that's why I think Carlton supporters did a little bit of a curse on us to keep getting us injured. But since that game, we had no DeGoey, Mitchell wasn't in the side, and we had a couple of injuries, but nothing too major. But during that game, we had Brody Mychek do his hamstring in the third quarter, played on like a trooper, and we ended up winning. Now, after that, or during that, we had Lockie Sullivan come on, Harvey Harrison, all these sort of players. Then we keep playing a couple of games, we keep winning, we draw against Fremantle, and if you're not a Collingwood supporter and you sort of look at those games, you go, oh, they just drew to Fremantle, they choked, they were 25 points up, they shouldn't have lost. Oh, they got smashed by the Western Bulldogs in the last quarter, the Doggies were just too good. And yeah, and look, I guess that's fair enough. That's fair enough assessment if you're not sort of a part of the club in the inner sanctum, let's call us fans. And you don't sort of know the ins and outs of what's going on because you're focused on your own team. Like, why would you? I don't know the ins and outs of Essendon, who they've got injured and stuff. So that's fair enough, right? So, you can really, the beauty about social media is you can really say anything without any consequences, really. But when you sort of dive a little bit deeper, we haven't, as Collingwood supporters, from the ones that I know and what I've seen, and definitely me, we haven't used this as an excuse. I don't think injuries are an excuse to our form, because our form has been actually really good. Like I just said, 6 wins, two draws, and 1 loss that we probably should have put to bed in the first quarter, right? Injuries are an excuse, but they are an explanation to what's happening. Within those 8 weeks, or 9 weeks if you count that loss to the Bulldogs, we're still averaging like 87 points or close to 90 points a game without a forward line, or a functioning forward line. Brody Mychek, Jamie Elliott, when they were up and ready to go this season, they were the top 2 players we were looking for when we were going forward, when we were trying to find a target up forward. They were our 2 main men, and they're still really high up there in the count, and they haven't been playing for weeks, and they won't play. Elliott's not going to play for 6 to 8 weeks, right? But what we've been able to do with Joe Richards, I know he's injured, yes, I know. But what he's been able to do, what Bobby's been able to do, I know Bobby hasn't kicked a lot of goals, but he still has been a presence up forward. Frampton has been a presence up forward. This makeshift forward line has really worked. And we don't have a very tall player in there. Will Hoskin goes in there sometimes. We don't have a big key forward, but we're making it work. And I think that's the Collingwood way. Just rolling with the punches and making it work. And it has for the last 9 weeks. And yes, the Western Bulldogs game kind of hurts us a little bit. But that definitely, we're having pretty much 10, 11, 12 goal kickers a game. We don't have a player that's kicking multiple goals all the time, which is incredible. And you know, I would love a Charlie Kerner. I would love a Ben or a Max King. You know, whoever else is kicking, or Jake Waterman, you know, all these guys, I would love that. We just don't have it. And we haven't really since Travis Cloke and Chris Dawes left the club. I know that's why they bring Dan McStay in, but he's coming off an ACL. We'll know a little bit more about that after the bye. But what I'm pretty much trying to get at is we're doing really good for where we are injury wise, and I love the sort of excitement around these new kids, who they're going to play, and we're seeing these new kids, and I say it in every single video, and Craig McRae says it in all his process as well. It's really exciting to see who steps up. So right after the bye, the midway point of the season, we start our second half of the campaign against the Gold Coast Suns. And what I love about the bye is that obviously it gives us a chance to rest, to recover. The boys go away, we reconvene. But if you look at our injury list right now, you'll see that there's a lot of players. There's 6 players that are coming back in 3 weeks' time, which means by the Gold Coast game, we will have premiership players back. We will have forwards back. We will have premiership midfielders back. We'll have Scott Pendlebury back. So we'll just talk about those now. So coming back for that Gold Coast game, and obviously they need to get through training, they need to get through the bye, they need to get through strenuous exercises. We've got Tom Mitchell. He's 1 to 3 weeks away. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. They're probably going to take him to the bye. It's a foot issue, and he's on the older side of Collingwood's list. So we've got Mitchell. We've got Jordan De Goey, who is 3 weeks away. Brody Mihocek with his hamstring. He was 3 weeks away, gets injured, comes back, and then he gets injured again. He's 3 weeks away. So our big man, Mihocek, our forward, our leading forward, is back. Scott Pendlebury in his race to 400, he's back in 3 weeks. Ned Long is back in 3 weeks. Can he get a crack into the seniors? Maybe. They said that he could probably play again. He's over 190 centimeters. He can play in multiple positions, which we love. And then my favorite boy, Joey Richards, comes back in 3 weeks. And, you know, with Elliott out for 6 to 8 weeks, Richards really helps us. And that is just crazy that by the time Gold Coast runs around, touch wood again, if there's no further injuries, we will get 6 players back who will just be you would think of those 6 players, Mitchell, De Goey, Mihocek, Pendlebury, are all walk-up starts. So yeah, Mitchell, De Goey, Mihocek, Pendlebury are all walk-up starts, and probably Joe Richards is a walk-up start. You know, take Will Parker out of the team and stuff like that. So 5 players, 4 of those are premiership players. One of them is your spiritual leader and just the smartest person in football. We are so well set up for the second half of the season. And I know this video is a little bit premature. It's a couple of weeks from the bye. But I wanted to make it because I was looking at the list. I was like, fuck, I'm so depressed about it. But then I thought, oh no, look, there's a lot of 3 weeks in there. And it started giving me a little bit of hope. And this season is, we'd say it all the time, it's a marathon and not a sprint. And yes, we're 9th now. Let's just say we lose on Monday. We drop down to 11th or 10th. The only time the ladder matters is at the end of round 24. That's what Fly said today. The only time you look at the ladder is round 24, when it's all said and done. You know you're playing finals, or you know you're not playing finals. And that's what we got. That's the mentality that we got to start doing. When you look at it, we're at round 13. We've got 12 or so rounds left, and we probably have to win 8 or 9 of those, 7, 8 or 9 of those games to sort of qualify. But we start getting these players back, and the second half of the season is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's going to be so good. To think that we've been playing so well and doing so well with the list that we have, and the guys are just out on their legs. Guys are playing when they should be rested. Guys are, guys are injured, and there's young kids playing, and the roles and the systems that we've got going is just, it's just incredible. And it's a testament to all the coaches, all the development staff, all the strength and conditioning, the rehab, all these sort of, and Jackie Lauder, the psychologist. It's just got to do with all of these people. And, it's not just the head coach. It's every single one of these people, every single one of these staff make this football club. And I am So excited for Monday's game, so excited for the North Melbourne game, of course, but I am so excited to see what the second half of our season looks like, because if I'm right, and um, I think I've got a pretty good strike rate. Let's just say I'm right 80% of the time, right? I like to think I'm right 95% of the time, but let's just say I'm right 80% of the time. I think we finish somewhere in the top six. Could we be pushing for a top four spot when all these players come back? Potentially. When I think the biggest cog in our team that I'm so excited about, like if I had like a, I feel like if I had like a crystal or like a, I don't know, like it's just a crystal ball or something. Just looking at it, the biggest cog for us will be Dan McStay. Once he gets into this side, oh, we we are gonna just smash this competition. I can guarantee you. We are the sleeping giant right now. The absolute sleeping giant. You just wait. Come back to this video in 12 weeks. We'll revisit this video in 12 weeks and let's see what it looks like pre-finals. But I am so freaking excited. You have no idea. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited? What do you think? Let me know all your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll soup you later.